Now, one thing I want to mention is that I love the police. Like, I'm gonna be honest, a lot of people say, like, you know, like, oh, like, F the police, coming straight to the under. I don't know the song, but you guys know what I mean. Like, many people are not big fans of the police nowadays, and I get that. Honestly, it's there, and, you know, some cops are just ultimately the most dumbest people in the world. But in this situation that I was in, honestly, it was just too much to comprehend. And honestly, for the mood I was in and what was gonna happen, it was just not it for me. And today's story is about that, but before I get into that, make sure you guys leave a like and subscribe if you guys haven't already. Seriously, it means a lot when you guys hit that subscribe button, and also join the Discord server. We're almost at 9,000 people in there. And on top of that, I seriously love it if you guys would join the Twitch streams. Come hang out, come watch me, you know, do some crazy stuff and tell you guys the stories early that I tell on this channel. Now, like I always say, let's get straight into it. Yo, what is going on, you guys? My name is Bubba, and I'm the alpha male of all the Devil's Tango stories. But today's story was honestly something brutally insane, and honestly, I can't comprehend it. Because the more I think about it, the more I just couldn't calculate in my head how this came to be. But maybe if I tell the story out loud and tell you guys it, you guys will understand it better than me. It all starts off back in my grade 12 year. In my grade 12 year, it was like, you know, the year of graduation. People were getting rowdy. People were getting, you know, skipping school because, you know, it's the grade 12 year. Usually around grade 12, you'll have all the credits you need to like graduate and stuff. And honestly, like, as for me, I didn't really care enough for it, but I remember I literally just, you know, not gonna lie, I skipped school a lot. Let's be real here. Like, not a bad thing to skip school. No, sorry, let me rephrase that. It's a really bad thing to skip school, but you know, it's not a mistake, it's a masterpiece. But going on, I remember one time specifically, I ended up going to this friend's party that was happening for all like the grade 12s that were graduating of that year. And I remember when I got there was like a lot of people there. Surprisingly, there was other grade 12s from other people's schools, so it wasn't just my school at the time. And me, as I'm like walking around checking out what's going on, you know, seeing what the vibe is, I see some friends and I go hang out with them. And then I remember they were all like chitter chattering about this girl that came into the party, and she was like in like booty shorts and basically like a really like small crop top. Like, I'm not joking when I said this, you could see the cherries like from a mile away. And I remember as I was looking at that and, you know, kind of staring her down, you know, all the guys were staring at her and stuff. I remember I thought like, you know, like, screw it, like I'll make the first move. Because at that time I was very confident in myself. Honestly, I think this was like the ending stage of my like amazing F-boy stage where I just knew I could do anything. Okay, not anything, but you know, I had confidence in myself. So I remember I ended up kind of just walking up to her saying like, hey, like, what's going on, you know? And obviously when I did that, I had a lot of guys like look at me going like, no way he's going for that right now. Like, no way. And it was actually super funny. But going on, I remember me and her were talking. She was talking about how like her dad's very strict and, you know, her parents are like, you know, very like weird in a way. I don't know how she's telling me all this about her parents being strict when she's in a crop top and booty shorts, but you know, fair enough, I can't argue. And she was just telling me about her school life and everything and what she wants to do after, because that's what all grade 12s do after they graduate. They talk about, you know, like, oh, I'm going to university, I'm gonna study all this crazy stuff. Like, I don't know, me, I literally just told them like, oh, I'm gonna be a YouTuber. Yeah, that was hard to, you know, tell them I was gonna do that, but I did it. Anyways, going on, so we had a conversation, we started talking, and you know, we started sitting on the couch, and as we're sitting on the couch, obviously me and her, we got closer and closer, and we started getting like closer to the point where we started making out. And don't get me wrong, when people saw us making out, people were staring, and obviously me, I was grabbing her and doing my thing, you know, doing the alpha male stuff. The reason I say alpha male is to make myself sound confident. You guys can meme at that if you want, but still, going on, as me and her were making out, I remember, you know, people were like kind of like coming towards us and started talking to us to the point where we stopped making out and kind of just, you know, started getting distracted with our friends. We started drinking, we had a good time, and I remember the party was starting to die down. And when the party started to die down, I didn't really want to like, you know, end the night that way with me just making out with her and calling it. I don't know, back then when I was in high school, in grade 12 at least, I always went for the home run, you know, like I was one of those guys. And yeah, I just, you know, I kind of just said like, you know, like, what are you doing after the party? And she told me, oh, like, I'm probably gonna go home, like my parents are out on a trip, but like, you know, like I have the house to myself, and I don't know, we could maybe come over if you want, like, I don't know. And when she said that, honestly, I was kind of down. I'm not gonna complain. She was a rich girl from, you know, having rich parents, very strict parents, but you know, she was really chill. So I remember after the party, me and her started leaving the party together, and we basically held hands and started walking to her house. The reason we walked is I didn't bring my car because I was expecting to drink, because don't drink and drive, kids. Not a good idea. But going on, we held hands and we started walking into her house, and the thing weird about when I was walking in is that when she was grabbing my hand, I remember looking around her house and I saw there was cameras everywhere. And by everywhere, I literally mean everywhere. And I should probably describe my outfit for this. I was wearing all black. Like, I had a black hoodie on, I was wearing a black shirt, I was wearing black shoes, shoes. I was wearing black pants. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I looked like a burglar, and my glasses did not help. So when we were walking inside her place, like, I saw cameras everywhere, and I was actually genuinely terrified because I was like, in any moment, her parents could just look on the cameras and see me literally doing her daughter with my massive eggplant. Yeah, I don't know how that's gonna go. But I remember me and her, we started like, you know, basically sitting in her living room, and there was a camera in the living room. Then after that, we went upstairs and we went to her bedroom. And, you know, as we were up there, I remember, you know, me and her, we got close. We started turning on the TV, watched some Game of Thrones with Jon Snow. And then we ended up doing the Devil's Tango. But not only in the main room. Now, you guys are probably thinking, what do you mean when you say that? Well, I didn't only do it with her on her bed. Let's just say we started going around the house, and it like kind of looked really bad, I want to say, on camera. And you guys, I'll explain why later. But going on, we started doing it more than around the house. Like, it got to the point where we went on the kitchen. We started doing the Devil's Tango in her bathroom. Like, we just went all over the place. And I'm not gonna lie, we were both pretty intoxicated. So like, you know, it was pretty fun, I guess. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I had a good time. She had a good time to this day. Like, we still say that to this day, you know, like, we had a good time. But I think this is where things got really iffy. So I remember as we were like, you know, doing it, the alarm goes off in her house, the literal alarm. And I asked her, what's that about? And she's like, oh no, this is not gonna be good. And I look at her, I'm like, what do you mean? At first I thought I was gonna die. I'm not gonna lie, I thought she was gonna pull out a shotgun and just go like, see you later, baby, or some like crazy crap like that. But no, she just like, you know, started like kind of grabbing me by the shirt and started pushing me into a closet and just told me to sit in there and hide. Like, what? I had no idea what that was about, and honestly I was confused. But I sat in that closet and I stayed silent. And then I start hearing sirens coming from outside. Now this is where the cops came, and cops literally entered the house without even knocking, saying, excuse me, your father called and he said there was an intruder in the house. And I literally hear her go, oh, like, I don't know what he means. And then cops literally pull out their phone and show security footage of me literally doing the Devil's Tango with this chick. At that moment, I knew I had to get out of there. I had no idea what to do at first. So I remember I opened the door slowly of the closet and I started running for the back door. When I ran for the back door, I literally jumped over her fence to the backyard. And at that moment, she texted me saying, hey, cops are searching the house. Are you still in the house? And I literally said, no, I am long gone. I ended up going back to my friend's house and I ended up hiding out in there. Afterwards, I want to say like a day later, she ended up coming up to me at school and saying, hey, like, I'm so sorry that happened. Like, my dad saw the security footage of us doing the Devil's Tango. And like, you know, he was just really worried about me, I guess. And I literally told her, you're telling me your dad watched me and you doing the whole entire Devil's Tango. Like, it was a movie in the hub and you're okay with that. And after that, she told me out of nowhere, it's not the first time. Bruh, what? That is one creep of a dad. I won't lie to you guys. That is one weird dad. And from there on out, I remember like me and her, we stayed friends and we're still friends to this day. But honestly, I refuse to go to her house until she moves out at least. Or maybe she comes to mine. I don't know. I just don't want to talk to her. And basically, guys, that is it for this video. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe. Sorry this video was pretty long and sorry I haven't been posting a lot. It's just been doing a lot of work recently. But seriously, I love you guys. And like I always say, fall for more embarrassing stories. Peace out, guys.